Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Music and Moonsaults. I am your host, Chris Bourdine. It is the flagship show, the self-titled show, the main show, whatever, however you want to put it. This is the bread and butter of what this channel is about. The music of professional wrestling. Episode 8. We're slowly creeping. We're gonna be in double digits before long. This is pretty crazy to think. Before we get started today, you know what I'm gonna ask of you. Please leave a thumbs up on the video. That helps a lot. And what also helps is please subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 100 subscribers by the time we get to a year. That would be really cool. So, yeah, so please do that. And leave a comment if you're so inclined. You can also like my page on Facebook, down at the bottom of the screen, facebook.com/musicandmoonsaults. And if you're in the car and you want to listen and not necessarily watch this video, you can go to anchor.fm/Christopher-Bourdine5 and it'll point you where you need to go to get it in your ear hole. So I've started we'll see how this goes. Started taking a different approach. Couple different approaches. When I started this, I wanted for the main show that it, everything's based around anniversaries, and on all my shows, the album Rock and Roll Perspective is an anniversary album show normally, and Wrestling Wayback Machine is an anniversary pay-per-view show. And so that's kind of what I was going for with Music and Moonsaults, the main show. And it just was hard coming up with interesting topics that were like on because I like to do the 5, 10, 15, etc. anniversaries. And it was just hard each month coming up with stuff that related to those anniversaries. So then I decided we'll do birthdays on this one. And so today we're celebrating on May 19th. May 19th! I don't know how many of you will remember that gem from, I think it was like 2006, 2007 WWE with Kane and Big Show and See No Evil and May 19th. But it's May 19th and it's Aleister Black's birthday. Now what I did is I found a list of wrestlers and their birthdays. So I'll be going off that, and I'll be posting a poll on Twitter. So please follow me on Twitter at IbanezChris, as it shows you right down here. Go follow me there, and at certain points I will put up a poll on, and I'll give you 4 options. Like this month I gave you it was Aleister Black, it was Seth Rollins, it was Road Dogg, and it was Jake Roberts. So, and I'll try and give you a mix of old school and current guys. So I did that. I put out a poll a couple days ago as I'm recording this, and Aleister Black won. So we're going to talk about Aleister Black's theme song. It's called Root of All Evil. It's performed by CFOs, featuring Incendiary, which I guess is a hardcore band from New York. Not my style of music normally, although I really do like this song a lot. So first, a little backstory. I had heard the name Tommy End, here and there. I'd never seen which was Aleister Black's name on the indies. I don't think I had ever seen a match of his on the indies. The only match I saw of him where he wrestled as Tommy End is he wrestled. It was like when they did the initial UK Championship tournament, that 2-day thing on the network in early 2017. It was well known that he had signed. And so he came out as Tommy End and wrestled a match at that show. But then going forward, he comes over to, this is before NXT UK is a thing. So he comes to regular NXT and changes his name to Aleister Black. And the character is like he deals in the occult. Aleister, when you hear the name Aleister, I know I immediately go to Aleister Crowley, which was the inspiration for the song Mr. Crowley by Ozzy Osbourne. So, and, he's got a lot of, obviously he's got a lot of tattoos and a lot of, occult imagery and whatnot. So it's kind of, this dark character. But he's a babyface. Or at least he was. Currently, it's kind of up in the air. So he debuts, they start showing vignettes for him, and he debuts at NXT TakeOver Orlando, which was WrestleMania weekend in 2017. April 1st, 2017 is when he makes his debut. He actually wrestles Andrade, which is interesting because like a year later they wrestle again at TakeOver, and that time it was for the NXT Championship, which was cool. But so he makes his debut, and he's got this awesome theme song. It's really heavy. It's, like I said, it's not typically something I would go out of my way to listen to as far as style-wise. Like, that's the style, this really, really heavy metal, hardcore, whatever. Like, that's not really what I normally listen to. I like hard rock, but not like, super... I don't like a lot of scream metal or anything like that. And this has got a little bit of that. But it's a really cool song. I got my bass here. Now, I'm going to be careful because the last time I played a CFO song on the channel, regardless of whether, I didn't play the actual song. You guys didn't hear that, but I was playing it on my bass it was the Mike and Maria song back in February. And it got flagged for a copyright claim, which, didn't really mean anything. Like, you can still watch the video. It just means that if and when I ever start making money on this thing, I won't get any of it on that video. So, I'm going to be careful not to play too much of the song. But it starts out with like a dive bomb on the guitar. It's like, and it just kind of holds there for a minute. And then this cool just dun 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 dun. Drum beat starts, and then there's a slight pause, and it, he's on this, on the cymbals, and there's like a anticipation of the song really kicking in. And then there's something that I can't tell if it's in like a weird language or if it's like something said played backwards, or there's some weird voice that plays before the song really kicks in. And then it's on the bass, it's a really simple song. It's, like I said, it's really heavy. It's at least the original version is tuned down. Like, I've got my 5-string bass. So normally on the 5-string bass, the lowest string is tuned to B. Well, you need a really low A for this song. So I actually had to down tune my B string down to A. Normally your A string's up here, and now it's there. And it's really basically all the bass does is so, and then that little part is it's D D E F E, yeah. And then, so again, I said this back in February, but it bears repeating. There's no question that the songs, a vast majority of the songs WWE is producing or having produced lately, they've sucked. There's no beating around that bush. And we'll get to that as it relates to Aleister Black here in a minute. But so they suck. And the reason why they suck is because, so for a while, they had Jim Johnston for years. And then they phased him out and brought in this duo CFOs, and they produced pretty much all the entrance music for quite a while. And then something happened. There was an issue with the publishing, and then like CFOs ended up breaking up. And so because like the publishing is all messed up, like WWE's been actively trying to replace all these CFO themes. And I say all that to say the CFO themes are much better than what they're producing now. The problem with them is, like, if you go to Spotify and listen to this song, it's like a let's see here, almost 6 minutes. 6 minutes. And all it is it's one chorus and one verse that gets repeated. And that's that way, Dean Ambrose's music was just a loop. Seth Rollins' music is just a loop. Kevin Owens' music is just a loop, like, of the same thing over and over and over again. And those are like instrumental tracks. Even the ones with lyrics, are, like I said, like this one, it's one chorus, one verse. Undisputed Era, as much as I loved the Undisputed Era theme, and God, do I miss that. I miss that theme so much already, and it's only been like 2 months. But again, it was like 5 minutes of just the same over and over and over again. Boom. So this is the same. So the part I just played, all the way to that's the chorus part. And that's the part that, I think everyone knows this part, is where she's like, the lyrics are, no man is ever truly good. No man is ever truly evil. I love how he, separates the syllables in evil. I do the things you never could, and we won't ever be equal. And then it repeats that again. And that time through, it's more, no man is ever truly good. And then it goes to the verse, and again, it's just the bass, like, basically just rhythmic picking of the A, that low A. And the words in the verse are, you point your finger and play the victim, so take your best shot, release the pressure, you perpetrate your propaganda, and then there's a pause, and now I'm calling you out. And it goes back to again, like I said, it just repeats over and over again, just that. But there's no denying this song is killer. It's awesome. And then once you hear the song with the entrance, so Aleister Black's entrance is, there's a bunch of candelabras on the stage, and then at the point in the beginning where I mentioned that there's that weird backwards speak or weird language speak, a platform, he's like Dracula. Like, he raises on a platform. Like, he goes from laying down, standing straight up on this platform. It's really cool. Now, when eventually he goes to the main roster in 2019, they had to main roster it, and they added a creaking noise. So if it sounded like if you got an old creaky wooden door, and that's what it sounded like when he raised it. It was like he was flat, and it was really cheesy and lame. But what do you expect? So yeah, so then he does that, and he raises up and walks his way to the ring, gets in the ring, and sits cross-legged, and just a really cool entrance. So yeah, he's in NXT. He wins the NXT title, ends up losing it. I believe, no, he didn't lose due to injury, or maybe he did. I don't remember. That time frame's a little because he got mixed up in the Ciampa Gargano feud. It was really weird. And then he finally comes back and fails to win the title back. So then him and Ricochet form this weird tag team. It's, only weird because it's like two guys that really don't go together, but it is what it is. They end up winning the Dusty Cup. And then it was weird because that was that time in early 2019 where they made like these call-ups, and it was Gargano and Ciampa and Aleister Black and Ricochet. And only Aleister and Ricochet really stayed. But it's all the while, because, Ciampa went down with his neck injury, and Gargano went back down to kind of do whatever he was doing. But, so they brought Black and Ricochet to the main roster, but they were still in NXT. They win the Dusty Cup. And, like, on WrestleMania weekend that year, they wrestled at TakeOver. They wrestled War Raiders, as they were at the time, before they got turned into the Viking Raiders. They wrestled War Raiders at TakeOver that weekend in an awesome tag team match. And then at WrestleMania, they were in like a 4-way for the SmackDown tag team titles. And then shortly thereafter, they split them up. Aleister went to SmackDown, where he sat in a closet for months, waiting for someone to pick a fight with him. He finally got out of the closet and wrestled Buddy Murphy. Got drafted over to Raw and feuded with Buddy Murphy some more. Spent some more time in the closet. And then finally, 2020, he wrestled Lashley at WrestleMania. And then during the PC era, the Performance Center era of Raw here in the pandemic, he got mixed up in the Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins eye for an eye feud. It was really weird. I say all that to say, eventually he turns heel, and this is about the time that they really start changing the CFO themes. And I remember the first time I heard the new theme. I'm like, what is this? What? In fact, I don't even think... Hold on. Pause. Okay, we're back. I did end up finding it. It's called No Man's Land, and he actually... he debuted it in the Thunderdome at the end of September. I don't remember him being in the Thunderdome. That's how long he's been gone. But anyways, I'm going to give it a listen. Again, you guys won't hear this. I'm going to give my thoughts on this because I don't remember a thing about this song at all, other than it's not Root of All Evil, and therefore I did not like it. Let's see here. Press play. All right, we got more backwards talk or okay, it's like it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's a little bit slower. More deliberate. I'm not going to try and learn it right now because I'm just not. But dun 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 dun. It's okay. Like I said, it's not as bad as I remember it. I just remember hearing it and not liking it because it's not Root of All Evil. I'll link it. I'll put the link in the comments. So you guys can check it out for yourself. But yeah, if I'm given the choice, I'm taking Root of All Evil all day long. So, and I think that's it. I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyways, thanks guys. Thanks for checking this out. Again, big happy birthday goes out to Mr. Aleister Black. Hope he's having a good one. Hopefully see him back on TV real soon, and not just in these vignettes he's been doing lately. Actual, in the flesh, in the ring action. Because I like watching Aleister Black work a lot. The Black Mass, his finisher, is a great finisher. And yeah. So I was hoping for I'm hoping for big things for Aleister in the future. So that'll do it for me today, guys. Let me know. I'll put up a poll here in the next couple days. And maybe I'll extend it a little bit, give people a little bit more time to vote on it. Get some more responses and stuff. But yeah, so check that, peep my Twitter for that here in the next couple days. And we'll see what we got cooking for June. Yeah, so in the meantime, like the video, subscribe. And then yeah, follow me on Twitter. And we'll see you next month. Oh, go check. So this is the last video of the month, which is normally this is the first video of the month. But again, because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, it took me a while. And there was other stuff that I wanted to release on or right around the anniversary date beforehand. So I'll just wait. But so please check out everything else I've done this month. I started off the month. I gave my review of the new Royal Blood album, and I also unboxed my deluxe edition vinyl that I pre-ordered. And thank you guys so much. It's my most watched video. It's my first video to get over 100 views, and so that made me really happy. Was pretty excited about that. Onward and upward from here, but I was really pleased with that. So thank you all so much. Now, if all 100, I think last I checked it was 105. If all you would just subscribe to the channel, that'd be really awesome. But I digress. So I did that first, and then I had Spencer Love from Love Wrestling on, and we talked about Red Hot Chili Peppers' album Stadium Arcadium, which came out this month in 2006. Also this month in 2006, TNA had their Sacrifice pay-per-view. And Joe Holbert from The Distraction came on and talked about that with me. That was a really good show. I think as I go forward, I'm going to be looking at how best to do these videos. I'm not exactly sure these, the longer pay-per-view reviews and album reviews are beneficial. So I might streamline that a little bit. Like maybe focus on a match, or and maybe not be so granular in the details when it comes to these albums. We'll see. The album one, that one's just a little bit more of where the conversation takes me and my guest. But here I am having a production meeting right on the air. So unprofessional. But I never claimed to be a professional, so there's that. All right, guys. We'll see you next month. Thank you for all your support. And until next time, see ya.